At 7:10 p.m., November 10th, 1975, the SS Edmund Fitzgerald vanished. It wasn't just lost, it simply ceased to be. One moment, a 729-foot titan of the Great Lakes battling a monstrous storm on Lake Superior. The next, nothing. No distress call, no wreckage on the surface. Just a terrifying silence where a ship and its 29 crew members had been moments before. The lake swallowed them whole. For nearly 50 years, the disappearance of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald has haunted maritime history. It's a story etched into the soul of the Great Lakes, a chilling testament to nature's raw power, and a mystery that continues to defy a single, definitive explanation. We're going to dive deep into the final hours of the Fitz and explore the theories that attempt to explain its sudden, catastrophic end. The Edmund Fitzgerald was more than just a ship. She was a legend even before her demise. Launched in 1958, she was the largest vessel on the Great Lakes, a true queen of the iron ore trade. Her sheer size and efficiency earned her the nickname the Mighty Fitz, capable of carrying over 25,000 tons of taconite pellets. Her journey began like many others. On November 9, 1975, the Fitz departed Superior, Wisconsin, bound for Zug Island, Detroit. Her cargo, 116 tons of taconite pellets. Captain Ernest M. McSorley, a seasoned mariner with decades of experience on the lakes, was at the helm. He knew these waters intimately. Accompanying the Fitz was the SS Arthur M. Anderson, commanded by Captain Bernie Cooper. They planned to take the northern route across Lake Superior, a routine passage. But a severe winter storm was brewing, a monstrous system that would soon engulf the entire region, turning the lake into a cauldron. By the morning of November 10th, conditions deteriorated rapidly. Winds howled, waves swelled, and visibility plummeted. The captains, communicating via radio, agreed to alter course, seeking the relative shelter of the Canadian shore. This was a common tactic, but this storm was anything but common. Around 2 p.m., Captain McSorley radioed Captain Cooper with troubling news. The Fitzgerald had sustained damage. He reported a fence rail down and 2 vent covers missing, which could potentially allow water into the cargo hold. A more ominous detail, a list to one side. Later, the Fitz reported that both of its radar systems were out, effectively blinding the massive vessel in the raging storm. Captain Cooper on the Anderson tried to guide them, relying on his own radar. It was a perilous game of blindman's bluff played out on a deadly lake. The last communication from the Edmund Fitzgerald came at approximately 7:10 p.m. Captain Cooper asked McSorley, "How are you making out with your problems?" McSorley's reply, delivered with a chilling calm, was, "We are holding our own." 10 minutes later, the Fitz vanished from the Anderson's radar. The search began immediately, hampered by the continuing gale. The Anderson bravely turned back into the storm, searching for any sign of the Fitz. They found debris, a life raft, some life jackets, but no sign of the ship or its crew. Lake Superior had claimed them all. The wreckage of the Edmund Fitzgerald was discovered days later, lying in 2 large pieces in 530 feet of water, about 17 miles northwest of Whitefish Point. The bow section lay upright, while the stern was inverted, roughly 170 feet away. The sheer violence of the breakup suggested an extreme force at play. So what exactly sank the Mighty Fitz? The official U.S. Coast Guard report, released in 1977, concluded that the ship likely foundered due to massive waves, possibly a series of rogue waves, that overwhelmed the vessel, causing it to take on water and lose buoyancy. This theory suggests that the missing vent covers and damaged fence rail were early indicators of the structural integrity being compromised. With the ship already listing, continuous exposure to the colossal waves would have forced water into the holds, eventually leading to a loss of stability and a rapid plunge. However, this conclusion was immediately met with skepticism, particularly from the maritime community. Many experienced lake captains pointed to the Fitzgerald's robust construction and Captain McSorley's skill. They argued that even a severe storm shouldn't have been enough to simply make such a large, well-maintained vessel vanish without a trace. Another prominent theory involves structural failure. Some believe the Fitz, despite its size, may have suffered from hogging or sagging in the massive waves. This phenomenon, where the ship's ends are supported by waves while the middle sags, or vice versa, can place immense stress on the hull, leading to catastrophic fractures. The fact that the wreckage was found in 2 distinct pieces lends credence to this idea. The stresses of the storm, combined with a full cargo, could have caused the ship to break apart on the surface, or just below it, before sinking rapidly. This would explain the lack of a distress call, The end would have been swift and absolute. A more controversial theory points to improper loading of the taconite pellets. If the cargo was not evenly distributed, or if it shifted during the storm, it could have caused instability. This, combined with the heavy seas, could have quickly led to a capsize or the hull breaching. Another intriguing, though less accepted, hypothesis involves a phenomenon known as shoaling. Some speculate that the Fitzgerald may have bottomed out on a shallow area near Caribou Island, even though it was thought to be in deep water. This impact could have caused severe damage, leading to flooding and eventual sinking. The damage reported by Captain McSorley, the fence rail and vent covers, could be interpreted in multiple ways. Were they merely cosmetic, or were they crucial indicators of a much larger, unseen problem developing beneath the waves? The ambiguity only deepens the mystery. One of the most chilling aspects of the Fitzgerald's loss is the complete silence. No mayday, no frantic calls. This suggests an event so sudden and so catastrophic that the crew had no time to react. The ship likely went down incredibly fast, perhaps in a matter of seconds. The legend of the Edmund Fitzgerald lives on, fueled by Gordon Lightfoot's iconic song and the enduring questions surrounding its fate. Each year on November 10th, the bell at Mariners Church in Detroit rings 29 times, once for each life lost to Lake Superior's icy grip. The gales of November are a force to be reckoned with, and Lake Superior, with its vast, cold depths, remains an unforgiving mistress. The Edmund Fitzgerald stands as a stark reminder of the immense power of nature and the inherent risks faced by those who sail its waters. While we may never have a single, undisputed answer, the various theories paint a picture of a perfect storm, where a series of unfortunate events, structural weaknesses, and the sheer might of Lake Superior converge to create one of maritime history's most profound and tragic mysteries. What other chilling Great Lakes mysteries should we explore next?